Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me and for that wonderful introduction. And welcome to the Healthy Hormones Breakthrough. So let me share my screen. Before anything else, I'd like to recognize everyone who's joining me tonight and for giving your time, diba? As we're going to talk about the healthy hormones breakthrough. So we have here a few friends, no, mga previous clients, and a few family members, mga workmates, no, and some people that are also within the medical field. So welcome, welcome. Ayan. So as I mentioned, we all know that September is the PCOS Awareness Month. No? But for tonight, we will not only talk about PCOS, but everything about hormones, no? Other types of hormonal imbalances and mga symptoms, and syempre, how we can address that through nutrition. So I've already shared my screen. Ayan, I hope you're able to view it, diba? And you can hear me clearly. No? So just bear with me naman na lang if we have certain fluctuations. No? It's been raining for a few days now. Diba? We are from different parts of the Philippines. Meron tayong taga Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Ako naman, I'm here at Pasig. So to start off our discussion, I want to ask you a question. I don't know with you, but have you ever thought why yung ibang tao, bakit kapag konti lang yung kinakain nila, no, kahit konting-konti na lang yung kinakain nila, magtataka ka, bakit ganon yung katawan nila? Parang ganon pa din, no? So, no offense, no? Pero may mga ganong instances. And then yung ibang tao naman, kahit malakas kumain, parang ganon, walang nangyayari, no? Maliit pa din. Ano ang hustisya, nasaan ang hustisya ng lahat ng ito, di ba? And then ito pa, bakit yung iba, kahit 15 minutes lang sila nag-workout, nagre-respond yung katawan nila to achieve their fitness goals, no? Or yung health and fitness goals nila. Kahit yung iba naman, 1 hour, di ba? 1 hour nasa gym, no? Ilang beses sa isang araw or sa isang linggo. Bakit parang lumalala pa yung sitwasyon? Diba? Or walang nangyayari? So, anong reason behind that? Bakit may mga ganun differences? Dito natin malalaman sa hormones na ito. So, ito na nga, let's talk about the hormones. Ano ba yung current situation natin dyan? Did you know that all over the world, around 5 million women of reproductive age is diagnosed by PCOS, and it's one of the most common causes of infertility talaga. Then, with regards to hormonal imbalances, no, we also have yung PMS, mga menstrual migraines, or yung mga symptoms, no? And ang dami ding women nakaka-experience niyan. 20 to 90% experience dysmenorrhea, no? And then because of those symptoms, according to data, no, almost 9 days, no, or up to 9 days, missed days per year na-attribute, no, to menstrual symptoms. So nawawala yung mga productivity in total. And what are those 9 days? Diba? Syempre, hindi naman basta-basta yan. That is a whole 24 hours. Madaming pwedeng nangyayari. What if those days are the most important days of our lives, diba? Or it could have made a difference if we are physically, mentally, and emotionally present during those periods. So, it's a huge impact talaga. And according to mga recent data na nakokollect ngayon, yung PCOS, hindi na lang siya limited to yung pagkakaroon ng mga cysts sa ovaries or irregular cycle. Marami na rin siyang ibang symptoms na mas frequent na nare-report na nararamdaman natin mga kababaihan, including bloating, and then yung ito talaga, yung pagtaas ng mga blood sugar, di ba? And yung mga nagkakaroon ng mga facial hair and even baldness, no? Bakit ganon? Meron kang facial hair, pero yung buhok mo umuurong din, no? So nagkakaroon ng mga male pattern baldness or umuurong yung hairline, pero meron namang facial hair. So, anong reason that? Doon. So, yun nga, hormonal imbalances siya. And aside from that, marami pang forms ng hormonal imbalances. No? So, these are even yung loss of lean muscle mass, no? Yung ibang kababaihan, they notice, okay naman sila generally well, but nung dumating na sila sa kanilang pagme-menopause, menopause, biglang tumaas yung mga cholesterol, or nagkakaroon ng mga osteoporosis, na nanghihina na yung mga muscles, and so on. And then even yung weight loss resistance, if you're experiencing, if you are struggling with weight management, no, stubborn weight gain, that could be a hormonal imbalance, no? Even yung frequent na mga food cravings, mood swings, cystic acne, and so on. This could also be symptoms of hormonal imbalances. And then, syempre, reproduction, no, infertility and miscarriage, and yung pagkakaroon ng mga endometriosis, no, and mga cyst formation sa ating reproductive system. It could also be attributed to hormonal imbalances. And why is this common? So now, these days, ang daming nakaka-experience nito. No? So this is common kasi, number one, the way we address it, usually band-aid approach, no, or symptom suppression. No, nakakaramdam ng mga migraines or inaatake ng hyperacidity, syempre bibigyan ng pain reliever, no, ng pang-neutralize ng mga hyperacidity, but we do not ask the question, bakit sila nagkakaroon ng ganito? What is the cause? Ano talaga yung nagpe-prevent, no, from having this hormonal balance, or bakit hindi sila makapag-produce ng hormones, no? Bakit iaasa na lang natin sa external sources such as the hormone replacement therapy right away? And then we also normalize these conditions, so yung mga issues na nade-debilitate yung isang babae, parang nagiging common na lang siya. Kaya yung iba tinatanong nila, bakit ako naging babae, di ba? Bakit ang hirap maging babae? Nasaan ang hustisya? No, bakit kasi kailangan pa magkaregla ng mga babae, no? Ang hirap tuloy. Yung mga ganyang question, parang normal, no? Hindi natin tinatanong, bakit yung iba okay naman? Bakit yung sa kanya hindi okay or ganong kalala yung nangyayari? And on top of that, this is also frequent kasi yung environment natin these days, they are more toxic and more nutritionally depleted. So toxic, for example, yung mga pinapahid natin sa katawan, they could have, or mga pang makeup, di ba? They could have a lot of certain chemicals that we're not aware of na nadi-disrupt na pala yung ating hormonal balance. And also, nutrients, no? We could actually eat a lot of vegetables and fruits and still not get the nutrients we need kasi nutritionally depleted na rin yung soil natin, no? So may mga studies na lumalabas lately na sobrang baba na lang nutrient content ng soil these days, nakaasa na lang sa fertilizer. And ano bang content ng mga fertilizer? Nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, 'di ba? Imagine yun lang yung laman ng vegetable natin. So sobrang limited niya, no? So whereas we need more than that, 'di ba? Marami pa tayong ibang nutrients na kailangan. And to make it worse, ang dami pang conflicting information online and even offline. So advice ni ganito ganyan, nakita natin sa ganitong influencer, conflicting na yung sinasabi, sabi ng ganitong influencer, pwede, sabi naman ba nitong isa sobrang restricted, di ba? So if you're someone who's been experiencing a lot of pains, ang dami nyo nang tinitake na medications and it didn't work, or you've been experiencing a lot of those symptoms lately or in the past, no, na you don't want it anymore, you want to break through, di ba? You want to feel normal. What is normal, di ba? Or you're someone who want to learn the truth, di ba? Na-try nyo na kung ano yung mga nauuso, na mga kung ano-ano online. Nag-work sila for some time and then after that, di ba, pabalik na naman or mas malala pa. So those are the fad diets. If you want sustainability, diba, you've come to the right place kasi that's what we're going to talk about. The truth, ano yung sustainable, and ano yung ano yung approach, no, that could really help us create the hormones, no, para maging okay tayo. So for tonight, ang pag-uusapan natin, diba, introduction pa lang yon. So for tonight, we will be talking about basics ng hormones and their importance, and what's happening inside, and what causes imbalances, and how can we bring them back to harmony, no, in a holistic way. And later, towards the end of this discussion, I'll also be sharing with you a special treat, diba, for those who attended tonight, and also for those who will be listening this pa, we have a special treat for you. No, we have the opportunity, or you will have the opportunity to have a deeper dive, no, personal, no, deeper dive on application with your condition, o kung ano man yung mga didiscuss natin at no cost for you. Yan, so I will share more of that later on. So I'm also excited to share that to you, no? So this is going to be very helpful for you. Ayan. So yung pala. So before we go to the discussion, I also want to share a few things about me, 'di ba? What is my background naman? Anong reason, 'di ba, kaya ko ginagawa ito, or what motivated me to offer this? By the way, you can call me Gian, especially to those who do not know me yet. I'm a registered nutritionist dietitian, and I'm into private practice right now, offering consultancies and mga private nutrition packages. Okay, so ano namang story ng life ko? So actually, sa amin, sa family, we have a long history of illnesses, as in both sides. They have strong genes for very anong tawag dito, serious conditions, no? Particularly sa father's side, very strong yung cancer, mga tumor growth formation, and so on. Both siblings, no, yung mga kapatid ng father ko, they died because of different types of cancer. My father even had a brain tumor, okay, and I really saw, felt, and lived firsthand kung ano yung effect ng ganyang serious condition sa dynamics ng family, no, the way we function, the way we interact, and yung stress talaga, the stress internally. Sobrang dami niyang na-evoke, no, within you. Na kumbaga kami, batang-bata pa kami, sobrang stress na rin namin. And on top of that, syempre you have life, 'di ba? Madami ka pang ibang mga iniinda. So nagpapatong-patong sila. Internal stress about health, and also yung sa life, and so on. That siguro I'm sure I also had some type of hormonal imbalance in the past. No, I wasn't diagnosed, pero looking back, kung ano yung mga naramdaman ko, meron din mga nag-aalay na symptoms. No? I also experienced yung sobrang magagalitin, sobrang parang nanghihina ka na, fatigue, no? Kaya pa ba? Tapos konti na lang yung kinakain ko, bumibili lang naman ako sa mga convenience store, yun na lang yung kaya kong bilhin. Pero magugulat ako, di ba, pagtingin ko sa salamin, bakit ganon? Parang hindi na kayang itak intong stomach ko, no? Magugulat ka na lang na gano'n na. And then, yun pa, I've also tried, di ba, magpapalipas ng kinakain, no, and so on. Pero gano'n yung nangyayari. And then, ito pa, sa mother side ko naman, is yung mga endocrine conditions. So, diabetes mellitus type 2, they've had myoma, endometriosis, very strong talaga. Madami akong mga tita na operahan na, natanggalan na ng uterus kasi malaki na talaga yung myoma nila. And then mga nagbi-bleeding, and then sa mother naman, she also had myoma, and then my sister naman, she had PCOS, diba? So ang dami, both sides. So through time, syempre nag-aaral naman tayo, no? We had a course in nutrition and continuous exposure, studying and learning about this field, that eventually we were able to come out of it, no? And we na-apply natin yung mga natututunan natin, di ba? And syempre, we also had the strong commitment to stay healthy, di ba? And commitment to keep the self healthy, have a very good relationship with food, to maintain a good relationship with with your body, and also a healthy relationship with work. Okay? Malalaman natin bakit important 'yon, a healthy relationship with work. No? So that now we are at a state that I would say mas okay, no? Mas stable, mas balanced, and so on. So my mission now is to share with you kung ano man yung mga steps na yon, that you would also learn how to do it, and you could also fight these conditions and live an empowered and energetic life, right? No? So if you're someone who's really experiencing bloating, stubborn weight gain, food cravings, mood swings, mga acne, and so on, this is gonna be very helpful for you. So anyway, again, ano bang importance ng hormones? Diba we all know that hormones is the chemical messenger ng ating body. Kapag hindi siya nakakapag-send ng message, hindi mag-work properly yung organ. Hindi niya magagawa yung kanyang function kasi walang cue, walang signal, no? So it affects our mood, our cognitive function, yung bones natin, the muscles, and as I've said, metabolism, energy production. So pag hindi nagwo-work properly yung hormones, kahit anong exercise, kahit gaano kakonti yung kinakain mo, it could be counterproductive. Hindi siya magwo-work. No? So hormones talaga muna ang aayusin. And then gut health, 'di ba? And heart health, and eventually fertility. These are all connected to our hormones. Ayan. So ano ba yung nangyayari sa ating mga babae with regards to our hormones? We are actually a very magnificent being, 'di ba? So we are amazing, unique, 'di ba? Ang daming nangyayari sa atin, no? Yung hormones natin nagkakaroon talaga siya ng fluctuation. We have a cycle and marami tayong hormones, nag-iiba-iba sila depende sa araw at kung nasaan na tayo. Sabi pa nga nila, naka-depend raw ito sa buwan. 'Di ba? Siguro kung okay na okay ka, 'di ba? Doon sa buwan. Pero for many of us hindi siya nagre-rely doon. So we have the luteal phase, the follicular phase, and nasa gitna niyan is the ovulation. So follicular phase, yung nagpe-prepare sa atin for ovulation. And then kapag natapos na yung ovulation, luteal phase prepares naman yung ating uterus, di ba? Pinaprepare niya ang bahay bata. Ngayon, kapag walang baby or walang egg na na-form, na tayo ng menstruation. So guys, the most important question, kung wala tayong tinitake na pills, kung wala tayong hormone replacement therapy or anything na in-inject, will the ovulation happen consistently and predictably? Okay? And kung hindi pa tayo menopause, okay, so is it happening consistently and predictably? Yan. Ano ba yung mga nagde-determine ng ating ovulation and the way our hormones work? So we have a few organs. We have what we call the HPATG axis. Okay? Ibig sabihin nun, 5 organs. Yung nag-uusap-usap dyan, yung nagsisend ng feedback mechanism sa isa't isa. So first of all, we have the hypothalamus. So i-start siya sa brain. Hypothalamus is a part of the brain. And then we have the pituitary gland. So for the P. And then we have the thyroid, okay, sa neck. And then adrenals, ito yung nakapatong sa ating kidneys, no? Okay. And then finally, the G is the gonads, no? We have ovaries for women. Or, yan, ovaries. So, HPATG or G, yung gonad is the ovary. So, hypothalamus, everything starts in the brain. So, yung hypothalamus, it is concerned with body temperature, thirst, hunger, sleep, and yung emotional activity. Okay? So, aside from that, so, syempre, hypothalamus, being yung kanyang function, siya din yung nagsasend ng signal to the pituitary gland. So, depende dito sa mga isasend ng signal to start the luteal phase and the follicular phase. So, isang hormone magsisimula ng luteal phase. Okay? Ipe-prepare niya yung uterus. And then, isang type naman ng hormone, the FSH, follicular stimulating hormone, siya naman yung magpe-prepare ng egg, no, in preparation for ovulation. So isang hormone magsisend siya ng signal to different parts or different organs to release other hormones din to support that function. So si thyroid naman, yung ating nasa thyroid gland, diba? Thyroid hormone yung nire-release niya. And this is all about metabolism, energy production, pag-burn, no? Pag-use up ng mga calories or fat and whatsoever. And then cortisol. So cortisol is very important. It is also called the stress hormones. Diba? Kasi naapektuhan ng stress yung ating blood pressure and blood sugar. And syempre, it also functions in coping mechanism. So cortisol hormone, yung mga basic functions natin to keep us alive, siya yung nag-govern yan or nagpapagalaw niyan. Even yung sleep or wake patterns, hunger, and physical activity. And finally, ovary. So, nakafocus talaga siya sa reproduction. And yung pagiging babae, di ba? Estrogen, progesterone, and then testosterone. These are usually called the male hormones and they should be present lang in small quantities sa mga babae. But they are also present in us, no? And they have a certain role. So, kung mapapansin natin, yung for reproduction talaga nasa last part siya, no? Sa ovaries. And yung pituitary gland siya nagsisignal to start this. And we have important hormones then, the thyroid, the cortisol. So, all in all, if you're going to look at it, everything starts in the brain. Diba? Kung ano yung na signals kay hypothalamus, maaapektuhan niya yung functions ng pituitary, ng thyroid, ng cortisol, and ng ovaries. Diba? So, everything starts in the brain. You know, they send feedback sa isa't isa. Pero in the end, kung ano yung nare-receive ni hypothalamus, doon magre-respond yung other organs. So, ano ba yung nakaka-affect kay hypothalamus? Temperature, thirst, hunger, sleep, emotional activity. So, in summary, ano yung input natin? Okay, ano ba yung mga nasa-send dito sa brain? Okay ba yung food? May movement ba? Sapat ba yung sleep? Sakto lang yung stress? Stable lang emotions? Okay ang lifestyle? Or may mga tinitake na medication? Kung ano yung nare-receive ng brain, yun yung magiging output, no? Merong domino effect pababa, papunta dun sa ovary, no? So, yun ang magiging effect niya. Turning on or turning off of the ovulation based on these inputs and how it send the signals to the brain. So, sasabihin niya whether it's safe for reproduction. So, in summary, what are the roadblocks to hormone health? Anything that makes the body feel unsafe for reproduction. It could turn off the ovulation or it could cause a hormonal imbalance. Yan. I hope I'm making myself clear and I hope you are all learning. Diba? For example, with nutrition. Nutrition, ito yung ingredients ng hormones natin. So, tatanungin niya, sapat kaya yung nutrients? Meron bang na-provide na ingredients? If sapat, maybe it's, if sapat siya, certainly it is safe. No? Or hindi siya sapat, it could be unsafe. So meron akong iti-turn off dito na mga hormones, no? Baka itong si cortisol or si thyroid or si reproduction. Least importance ang reproduction. Okay, least important. No, i-maintain ng body yung life. Hindi niya muna ipa-prioritize yung pag-create ng another life. Okay? Kasi yung ngayon pa nga lang hindi ma-support eh. Paano pa kaya yung pregnancy? Diba? Make sense, no? Itong current na buhay na body hindi na support. Paano pa yung susunod na buhay that will come out from it? Right? So stress, no? Kapag sobrang stress, ipa-prioritize ng body yung yung stress hormones, no? So hindi niya muna bibigyan ng resources yung pang-create ng estrogen and progesterone or other hormones. Medications also has an effect to that. trauma, and pre-existing conditions. So lifestyle, I think not on point as well. So it could also send those signals, no, na unsafe for reproduction. Okay, so kaya most probably no nung nagkaroon ng COVID, sabi nila may chance daw na maraming magkaroon ng baby after ng lockdown. Pero ngayon, nagulat sila, 'di ba? Bumaba pa yung population ng Philippines or bumaba yung birth, no, konti yung nagbuntis kasi it's unsafe, no? Intelligent yung body and yung nare-receive ng mind. Unsafe yung environment. So, kahit na naka-lockdown and so on, hindi naman na-support yung reproduction ng body, no? It felt very unsafe. Okay, it makes sense, no? So with that, we need a root cause approach. So what is really causing all this? Ano ba yung nagko-cause talaga ng feeling of unsafety? Diba? So imagine yung mga pinakita natin ng mga signs and symptoms kanina, 'di ba? Different parts ng or these could be your red flags or ba nagti-twitch. So merong something dito sa liver or may something dito sa gut or dito sa mental health or dito sa heart and so on. So yun na lang yung mga end result, no? Kaya meron na tayong mga signs and symptoms. But what are the roots of this? Still, 'di ba? Possible na merong issue with the sleep or the relaxation or sa movement, nutrition, stress, and support system or relationship. So these are the roots and it affects yung other life experiences and yung nangyayari sa atin internally. Nagpo-project na lang siya to different organs having certain different signs and symptoms, no? So ito yung pinaka-i-address natin. So with that is the pillars of the breakthrough to healthy hormones, no? So we have shepherd food, prioritize gut health, practice mindful living, and consider certain supplements, and also have an accountability system or an accountability partner. So far, na-cover natin yon, di ba? Yung mga roots na sinasabi na iyon. So we start with food first. So first of that is we would want to have an adequate energy intake. So in nutrition, there is no one size that fits all. Okay? Gusto natin personalized nutrition. What could work for you might not work for other people. And when we say personalized nutrition, we have a lot of factors to consider. Syempre yung age, sex, physical activity, yung current measurement mo, yung height and weight, body composition, your current lifestyle, baka naman sobrang puyat or sobrang demanding ng lifestyle. And then syempre, what is your goal, di ba? Just like for example, there are women who just came out of a very restrictive diet, sobrang nasira yung relationship of food that determines a totally different trajectory for that person, no? And when we say adequate energy intake, ano yan? Kailangan yan. Kasi sabi natin, yung hormones, ang ingredients niya talaga is nutrients, no? Kasama dyan yung mga energy, calorie, and so on. And did you know that for an adult female who is regularly menstruating, ang minimum requirement yan is nasa 1,400 calories per day. And that is just to function the essential, to do the essential functions, pag-beat ng heart, pag-sleep, pag-digest, pag-breathe, no? What if you have other functions pa? Mag-exercise, di ba? Lalakad, tatakbo, mag-iisip, magpa-plan and whatsoever. So that requires a totally addition. That could be an additional amount of calories, no? So, iba pa siya. And when we say calories, saan ba sila nanggagaling? So, we have the macronutrients, the carbohydrate, the proteins, and the fats. And these also work as the building blocks of our hormones. So, kailangan silang lahat, the carbohydrate, the protein, and the fat. No, kahit may isang magkukulang dyan or masyadong konti, that could already affect the way we create our hormones. So, carbohydrates especially, ito yung pinaka-source talaga ng energy, ito din yung kailangan ng ating brain, ito yung pinaka-food ng ating brain, and there are different types of carbohydrates and has different benefits for us. And usually, ang minimum nito is nasa 100 to 120 grams, no? And it could be different for other people. Okay, so carbohydrate is very important for the thyroid. Ayan, for the thyroid, which is metabolism and energy production. Okay, so usually pag may history ng restrictive diet or sobrang kulang ng carbohydrate, ayun nga yung sinasabi natin, no? Kahit konti lang yung kinakain, malaki pa din, hindi talaga nagre-react yung katawan, no? Gagawin is i-increase gradually, again, yung kanyang carbohydrate intake. So for that, yung goal na weight management could be pushed for around 3 months, no, just to prioritize the hormones and umokay ang lahat. Pero after that, it really pays off, no? Magre-respond yung body properly and marami pa siyang other benefits. No? So ganun ka-important yung carbohydrates, no? And also for menstruation, kailangan siya. Protein, no? So protein is also a part of the hormone structure itself, and lalo na yung fats. And we would want to have healthy fats, no, as a source of yung ating we would want the healthier sources, no, for fats, and that is usually the plant-based and the fish sources. Okay, so kailangan to, the hormones, they really come from fats, but let's check kung ano ba yung sources natin. So we would want to have the anti-inflammatory sources such as the avocado, olive oil, virgin coconut oil, virgin olive oil, MCT, nuts and seeds, and fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, and mga sardines. No? So when we say mga nuts and seeds, you have chia, kasoy, almond, pistachio, walnut, pili nut, and flax seeds. So ito yung mga fat sources natin. So with protein naman, we have a lot of options, the meat, the poultry, and then even yung fish. Fish is not an inferior source of protein. No? Sufficient din yung source, yung protein content niya. We also have the beans and legumes, even some types of leafy vegetables such as spinach. These are also protein sources, no? And fiber is present sa carbohydrates. Yan, sa carbohydrate lang natatagpuan ng mga fiber. Wala nito sa plants. Okay? So on top of the balanced macronutrients, isa pa sa gusto natin i-consider is yung combination nila to promote balanced blood sugar. Okay? This is one of the common symptoms na na-observe sa may mga PCOS or yung mga nagkakaroon ng mga food cravings or other hormonal imbalances. Okay. Usually, hindi balance yung kanilang blood sugar. And because of that, mas na-aggravate yung condition. So, we want to balance the blood sugar because it helps regulate your appetite or to resolve yung mga cravings na na-experience natin. It also supports stable energy throughout the day and with stress management, and also alleviates the burden from our organs. No? Syempre, kapag hindi balanced yung sugar, no, tumataas yung chances natin in developing chronic diseases such as diabetes, and yung nag-i-increase yung fatty deposit to different parts ng body, and many more. So how do we balance yung blood sugar ba throughout the day? Number one is the timing of meals. Okay, so ano ba yung ideal timing of meal natin? The ideal is every 3 to 4 hours, we replenish our energy and yung sugar sa ating blood. Okay? Every 3 to 4 hours. So number 1 is timing. Number 2 is yung type ng carbohydrate source natin. Number 3 is the quantity of the food items we consume. Okay? And so number 1 is the timing of meals. So sabi natin every 3 to 4 hours, di ba? Ano ba yung nangyayari during those periods of time? Na nalilipasan tayo ng gutom, for example. So, nagsisimula tayo, for example, di ba, kumain tayo ng meal, ng breakfast, for example. So, bababa na siya, bababa. No, lumilipas na yung oras, halimbawa, naka 5 to 6 hours na, wala pa tayong nare-replenish. So, usually, ang mangyayari dyan, okay, sobrang baba niya na, magre-react yung body, no, gagawa niya ng paraan to compensate for that. Ang magte-take action dyan is yung ating liver. Si liver, siya yung magre-release ng maraming sugar papunta sa blood, no, to replenish yung pangangailangan. Kaya lang, pag si liver na yung nag-take ng action, sobrang excessive naman. No? So, ito lang yung kailangan mo. Si liver, ganito karaming nire-release. And lahat ng excess na to, babalik siya papunta sa liver in the form of fat. Diba? Kasi anything in excess ay nagiging fat. Okay, so ngayon, nagkakaroon pa ng chances na nagkakaroon tayo ng mga fatty liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and things like that kasi meron pang burden kay liver. So kung gano'n naman pala, kung malilipasan man tayo ng gutom, ay tataas yung ating blood sugar, no? Mas maganda na, kumain na lang tayo. And we should really honor our hunger cues. Diba? So, ganun naman pala, kumain tayo o malipasan tayo, tataasin yung blood sugar. Kumain na lang tayo. At least we have a control with what we're going to eat, gano'ng karami yung kakainin natin, and not let the liver take that action, di ba? So, at least satisfied pa tayo. Ngayon, ano ba yung kakainin natin? Diba? We have two different types of carbohydrate sources. We have the complex carbohydrate and the second is the simple sugar. So yung complex carbohydrate, ito yung mga kailangan iproseso muna ng katawan natin bago siya matunaw and mag-release ng sugar sa blood. So we have the fruits, the vegetables, the root crops, the bread, the pasta, the grains such as yung rice. No? So 'di ba kung titingnan mo naman, hindi naman sila mukhang asukal, 'di ba? Buo sila. Tututunawin muna nila ng katawan para ma-release yung sugar sa blood. So meaning, pag pumunta na sila sa blood, dahan-dahan lang yung increase. Whereas kapag ganito, yung mga sweets, yung may mga asukal na talaga, like mga dessert, mga pastry, and cake, kung tiningnan mo, asukal na talaga, di ba? So pag pumasok sila sa loob ng katawan, mabilis silang pumupunta sa blood kasi madali silang tunawin. Biglang mag-shoot up yung blood sugar. No? So, mabilis din silang maubos, babagsak na naman ulit. So, ngayon, ang itsura niyan, roller coaster. Ayan, o. Taas-baba. Roller coaster siya. Whereas, ang prefer natin is normal, no? Like, baba lang, akyat ulit ng konti, bababa, akyat, ano lang, siya roller coaster. Kasi pag naging roller coaster, pag tinignan mo yung average niyan, magiging sadyang mataas siya. No? So, yan ang effect. Sugar, nagiging magulo din yung hormones. And nagkakaroon tayo ng cravings, na baburden yung ating organs, no? Yung ating adrenal, yung ating liver, and so on. So, how do we apply that? Yung balance naman ng mga carbohydrate, protein, and fat. We have what we call the my hormone balance plate. No? So, nilalagyan natin ng proportion yung ating meal. Okay, we have the full grain cereals, no, for fiber. We have the healthy fats, mga nuts and seeds, or salmon or fatty fish. And we have very colorful vegetables, fruit, and we have hydration as well, pwedeng milk, water, or fruit juice. And then in addition to that, aside from the food first, you also want to consider gut health, no? So with gut health, how do we take care of it? Also with fiber, and then variety ng food sources for maximum nutrient benefits. We also want to stay close with whole unprocessed food items as much as possible, and adding probiotics and prebiotics, no? Probiotics, ito yung mga may mga good bacteria na talaga na food items. Mga fermented food, no, such as Yakult, such as, well, hindi, such as yogurt, okay, kimchi, achara, no, mga burong mustasa, pickles, and kombucha, and so on. Mga iba't ibang burong gulay, di ba? Different types of good bacteria din yung nagpa-provide yan. And we can also consider determining our problematic food. So other people do not respond well with certain types of food items. For example, with dairy, for example, many people are lactose intolerant. Yung iba naman with white mga gluten, no, from wheat, and then yung iba naman with peanuts and so on. Other people sa whey protein, for example, hindi sila nagre-respond well. So that could also be the same with our hormones, no, they are being affected by these problematic food items. So these are iba-iba din, no? Iba-iba rin siya per person. So why is gut health important? Kasi gut health, it also affects the way we process yung ating food items, the nutrients. It also filters yung mga kinakain natin. And 80% of our immunity lies in our gut. And also, matutuwa kayo dito. Yung mga good bacteria, part din sila sa pag-create ng mga happy hormones natin. So yung mga serotonin, dopamine, GABA, etc., oxytocin, most of them, they are being created in the gut, no? Doon sa ating good bacteria, no? So syempre yung iba, meron silang mga history ng mga gut issues, and then mga nag-take na mga strong antibiotics in the past, hindi na-replenish yung good bacteria. Tumataas yung chances, no? Usually, later on, nagkakaroon ng mga anxiety, mood swings, even depression. Yeah, so ganun yung role ng ating good bacteria. So how to eat healthy for your gut, fiber is very central, kumbaga, because fiber is the food of our good bacteria. So how can we increase our fiber? So usually with snacks, no, we can have our fiber. So when eating fruits, pwedeng hindi na natin sila balatan. With our grains, no, we can choose yung mga whole grains. For example, instead na white rice, pwedeng brown rice. And then with bread, no, we can have wheat bread, or try other types of grains like rolled oats, quinoa, adlay, no, things like that. So anything, no, even with pasta, instead yung white pasta, you can opt for rice pasta or whole wheat pasta, no, things like that. So grains is a very magandang source ng fiber. Other sources ng fiber also, root crops. Ayan. And then we also have, again, yung mga vegetables such as mga langka, puso ng saging, patola, diba? These are rich sources of fiber as well. Nuts and seeds and legumes. Yan. So, and then, I would also want to share this with you, yung eating a rainbow of color per day. Different colors of food per day provides you with a variety of nutrients as well. Kasi iba't ibang kulay, iba't ibang nutrients ang pinoprovide niyan. So for example, with the green, yan, rich in magnesium, mga minerals, and vitamins. When we say red naman, ito may added support ng mga lycopene, and that we all know that that is helpful for heart health. Orange or yellow, di ba? Ito yung may mga vitamin A, vitamin C for immunity, for the skin, for the eyes, and then white. Ayan, meron din benefit yung mga nasa white, di ba? Garlic and onion. Meron din silang benefits. And then purple or blue, ito yung mga usually nasa berries, no? Ito yung may resveratrol, gaya ng nasa ubas. Or ayan, yung local natin, duhat, lipote, and so on. Mangosteen. Yan. So yung resveratrol, this is also very beneficial for heart health, no? For our circulatory function. So different colors, different nutrients. Ayan. So far we've covered food first, gut health, and this is the third one, mindful living. Okay, so yung food and yung gut somehow parang connected sila, no? They are all about nutrition and food, and that is only a part of it. We have another huge chunk, which is all about our lifestyle. So ito talaga you have most control of this then, no? Yung how you run your lifestyle. Kaya sabi ko kanina, strong commitment for work, kasi work talaga it affects our lifestyle, and 1/3 ng buhay natin nandito sa work, di ba? So with mindful living, part niyan is to practice mindful eating. So mindful eating deserves an entirely separate discussion, but it can just look it up. It's very helpful. It's being present, no? It talks about food choices around food, the way we do the act of eating, no? So this very helpful siya. Usually dito nagsisimula with mindful eating. And then sleep. Sleep is very important, no? We know na yung most of our hormones and most repair and detoxification ng ating body nangyayari talaga while at rest. And nare-release sila kapag madilim. So isa sa requirements. Okay, so mga leptin, ghrelin, iba't ibang hormones natin. So hindi mare-replace ng tulog sa umaga yung tulog sa gabi. And sabi natin, yung 1 hour na na-miss natin na sleep sa gabi, ang equivalent niyan sa morning, na sleep around 3 to 5 hours na bawi, no? So ganun siya. So yung 8 hours mo na tinulog sa umaga, kulang na kulang pala yon if you're going to convert it to a sleep for a night. Okay, so iba pa din siya. And then well-regulated nervous system, stress management. We would also highly advise you to do some stress management activities such as regular na paglabas, mga leisure activities, diba? Pumunta sa museum or whatsoever, magpamasahe, magpa-acupuncture or magkape-kape lang, diba? Downtime. Okay? And then we also have effective exercises. So, usually when may mga hormonal imbalances, hindi talaga advice na magpunta ka agad sa mga strenuous exercises such as yung cardio, HIIT, no, or yung lifting, masyadong strenuous, no? When balancing hormones, gusto natin low intensity na effective. So these are exercises such as yoga, swimming, pilates, walking, no? Movement designed to normalize yung stress levels, to invite or encourage yung flow, repetition, pag-release ng mga thoughts, and then may mga certain poses that could also release tension sa body. And then lastly, with mindful living, also minimize exposure to endocrine disruptors. So ito yung mini-mention ko na kanina, na yung toxins, di ba? There are certain chemicals that could disrupt yung ating hormonal balance. So ito, check natin mga pinapahid natin. For example, sa katawan, makeup na ginagamit, mga utensils that we eat on, or yung mga nilalagay natin sa bahay, yung linen, or even yung mga sinusuot natin. No? So we could check that. So ano yung mga endocrine disruptors na yon? So one of that is yung BPA. Diba na napapansin niyo yung may mga BPA free na may mga logo kasi yun yung nilalagyan ng water, diba? And then kapag hindi siya trusted, no? So syempre may chances nagli-leak ano yung content ng lalagyan, maiinom natin yun. So BPA, isa yan sa mga gusto nating iwasan. So okay yung mga BPA free. Also, you can check yung mga naturally made, no? Organic is also helpful. Okay? Mga free range, for example, ng mga meat. So, ayan, kumbaga pag sinabing free range, hindi lang sila nag-rely sa mga feeds, di ba? Varied yung kanilang mga kinakain. May mga kinain silang damo, insects, fruits, siguro may part din ng feeds, pero hindi sila totally nag-rely doon. And hindi na inject no ng hormones. Yan, kaya medyo mahal yung mga free range kasi for them to grow ng gano'n, no, natural talaga yung kailangan na procedure no or way nila. So that is all about mindful living. Ayan. And then you also have supplementation. So a few tips na lang about supplementation, no? Ano ba yung mga usually nagkukulang sa atin? So sabi na nga natin kanina, magnesium. Ayan. So magnesium, usually nagkukulang sa atin kasi most of our vegetables are depleted of this, and magnesium has a lot of roles in the body, and sabi nga natin this is an anti-stress mineral. So usually yung iba lalo na yung mga nakaka-experience sa mga menstrual migraines or mga certain symptoms associated with having their menstruation, most of the time nagkukulang sila ng magnesium. So magnesium is very helpful at that to reducing those mga period pains, dysmenorrhea, mga migraine, and so on. And then we also have vitamin B. So it also has a role in the blood sugar balance that we've mentioned, also with immunity, and it also improves menstrual cycle regulation. We have omega-3. So ito yung mga omega-3 fatty acid, or usually oil or other seeds then, mga nuts and seeds. Also helpful for blood sugar balance kasi ng ating mga cells and ng ating. So as I mentioned, yung hormones, they really come from fat. And this also helps to control inflammation, mas mapaganda yung ating body composition. Ito, yung improvement ng ating cycle. And chromium picolinate, this is also helpful for blood sugar balance and cardiometabolic health. So yun yung ating top supplements that we would highly recommend, or usually ito yung mga nire-recommend natin for these conditions. So supplementation. So last is accountability. So I've also mentioned kanina, di ba, naalala niyo yung nandun sa root, social relationships, or something like that, relationship interaction. So accountability really helps you to stay consistent and intentional with what you do. So syempre, we want to progress from point A to point B, to move out of a certain condition. Accountability really helps us to move, and to monitor ourselves, to have ourselves checked and to determine where to go, diba, kung nasaan na tayo ngayon. And syempre, everything starts with self-awareness. How can we be aware if we do not zoom out? We need other people to share their share their insights as well. And tend and befriend. No? So tayo talaga mga babae, sobrang important ng social connection for us. Ito usually nakikita sa mga male, no? Either makikipaglaban sila or aalis sila. Sa atin ng mga babae, yung stress response natin is tend and befriend. So usually, pag nai-stress tayo, gusto natin may nina-nurture, may inaalagaan, and that is tend, no? Kaya pala nauuso yung mga plantita, no? Or nag-aalaga na lang ng pets, or mas gusto natin mag-alaga ng mga kabataan, no? Or maglinis, ganyan, no? 'Di ba? Yan, stress coping mechanism natin. And befriend, no? So befriend, gusto natin lagi tayong may kinakausap, meron tayong outlet, meron tayong nasisharean, meron tayong tribe, 'di ba? Meron tayong mga girlfriend and meron tayong nagsusupport, no? Or nag-share ng mga insight, nakikinig, who can also understand us sa ating mga frustration. So that is part of our coping mechanism talaga. And also accountability helps you to learn more, no? To learn more about the condition and how to address it, right? So that is all about accountability. So how can you start with awareness? You can start with creating your own personal food journal. Okay, so ano yung mga kinain natin? For example, not just the amount, but with emphasis dun sa quality, where we able to check yung mga colors. Nagkaroon ba tayo ng colors, different colors throughout the day, and also ano ba yung mga naging observations natin, ano mga naramdaman natin, di ba? Just like for example, na-mention ko kanina yung pag-determine ng mga problematic food item. Madi-determine lang natin yan if we are aware, di ba? If for example, ano bang kinain natin ngayon, maya-maya napansin mo bakit bigla kang na-bloat or na-constipate or nagkaroon ka ng diarrhea. It could be connected with food. No? Or bakit naman biglang nag-iba yung mood, parang nag-iba yung energy, or nag-iba yung pakiramdam mo. Yung iba tinutubuan ng mga acne sa skin and so on. Ini-ingest natin to eh. We're giving it access to our body. So most of the time, yung mga na-experience natin, we can point them out ano yung mga kinain natin in the past. No? So we also use this for investigative approach, kung how to help you better. For example, kami as a mga nutritionist dietitian, if we ever work with you, we also use yung mga personal food journal to guide us, as basis, nasa na ba tayo ngayon, ano yung next steps natin, and so on. Ayan. Ano na ba yung mga kayang gawin? What can we build on? Ano yung mga additional habits that we could start, diba? And with learning, we also highly recommend that you learn how to read nutrition labels. So ano yung mga nutrients of concern? Siyempre, we consider the sodium, the sugar, and the fat content. Lalong-lalo na yung sodium. Okay, so ano ba yung mga nauuso ngayon ng mga food items? Diba, we have the pancit canton, the instant noodles, and even yung mga dilata. Pang ano yan mga pang emergency, diba? So, ano ba nangyari dyan? Yan yung mga mura, yan yung mga accessible, convenient, and so on. Ang issue nga lang sa kanila, because they've gone through a lot of processing, and syempre preserved na sila, maraming chemicals ang ginamit, and marami na ring nutrients na nawala, the vitamins and the minerals. Ang marami na doon ngayon is the sodium. Usually, if you're going to look at the label, umaabot ng 1,000 milligrams per serving. Kaya lang, ang allowable lang talaga sa atin is around 2,400 milligrams per day. Sa sodium, no? What if, for example, yun na yung merienda mo, pancit canton, pagdating ng gabi, sardinas naman. So may tendency mag-e-exceed talaga. Kasi paano kapag yung susunod mo nakakainin, adobo pa, di ba? Maalat-alat. So may tendency talaga nag-e-exceed. And ano bang effect ng excess sodium sa atin? It could cause fluid retention, magugulat ka, nagbo-bloating ka na, namamagana yung mukha mo, or bigla kang bumigat. or ang bigat ng tiyan mo, di ba? Because of excess sodium yan. And then, yung iba naman, tumataas yung blood pressure. Yan talaga. Because of the fluid retention din, no, na na-overload yung mga blood vessels. So why are we sharing this to you? Why are we sharing this to you, 'di ba? Yung 5 pillars na minention ko. Kasi ang ultimate goal talaga natin is sustainability. If we want to achieve anything, we want to go out, no, from point A to point B. Isa talaga sa mga unang gusto natin i-consider dyan is the hormones. No? Later on, it will really help you with your sustainability. So again, we would want to eat just enough to be able to support yung basic functions ng katawan natin and hindi siya mag-work against us kapag masyadong konti, no, yung kinakain. Okay? So again, what are those steps to healthy hormones? We have the food first, no, the appropriate amounts of energy throughout the day and the balance of the macronutrients and the combination as well as the timing to balance the blood sugars throughout the day. And then also gut health. So when we say gut health, we want fiber, good bacteria, and then also yung mga variety ng food, no, and to stay close to whole unprocessed food as much as possible. And mindful living, so this encompasses talaga yung lifestyle natin. So we have sleep, mindful eating, exercise, recreation, relaxation, and yung mga exposure to certain chemicals, and then certain supplements that would help us as well, and accountability, so external, from food to living, supplements, and then yung external relationship natin to support us. Yan. So all in all, we are offering this at the PCOS Breakthrough Program, or even not with PCOS, no? The Breakthrough Program talaga. This is 3 months and we tackle all of this approach throughout, and it is very comprehensive and well thought, no? I-consider talaga natin kung ano yung mga kailangan ng isang babae who is undergoing certain hormonal imbalances. All-out support. Ngayon, what I'm going to share with you is we are offering a free hormone strategy session for you, 'di ba? So what we're going to do is we're going to dive deeper doon sa mga pillars na shinare ko kanina in application to your own condition. Ngayon, this is free. And usually, this is paid almost around 500 pesos. But for now, para sa mga nag-register and mga umattend, we are offering this for free. So what you're going to do is you're just going to answer the link na ipoprovide namin. No, answer the application form, no, and after that you submit it, and you're just going to wait for me to reach out to you. So later, but 'di ba, we will limit, no? So malay nyo lahat din pala ma-select, 'di ba? There is no limit to this. Just answer the form and we will reach out to you for the free hormone strategy session. Ngayon, ano bang nangyayari sa free hormone strategy session? So, syempre, we're going to talk about what you're currently, what your concern is, and ano na yung mga ginawa niyo in the past. So, after nyan, ang pinaka-goal nyan is for you to have clarity with what your nutrition and health goals are, no? And we're also going to determine ano ba yung mga nagiging barriers from you taking action or being able to implement kung ano man yung mga changes, di ba? We've talked a lot. From now pa lang, alam niyo na kung ano talaga yung mga pwede nyong simulan. Ngayon, in application to you, ano talaga yung maganda mong simulan? Ano talaga yung mga nagpe-prevent sa'yo from doing them? And then, lastly, syempre the practical steps that are applicable to your condition? Ano yung maganda mong gawin? Sa mga diniscuss natin, mataas yung chances that we are, I hope hindi naman, no, that we might be overwhelmed, but I hope you were able to take down notes. So, isa-select natin ngayon, alin yung pinaka-applicable for you na simulan. Diba? So, yan ang pinaka-goal ng free hormone strategy session. Diba? So, we're going there. We're going to share with you the link. Just fill them out. Diba? And then we'll reach out to you for us to talk about, no, your personal conditions. Ayan. So, this is like my free gift for everyone who joined and registered. Yan. Free gift, no? Sakto, di ba? September. So, may panahon pa before mag-holiday season for us to be reminded what our goals are and ano yung mga pwede nating gawin para hindi naman tayo lumala or whatsoever. So, in the end, no, I want to share this with you to remind you that your brain and body, or tayo mismo, we are a garden. In the food we eat, the emotions we feel, and the environment we're exposed to, these are the roots that we nurture. And kung ano man yung nag-a-arise from these habits, yan yung ating garden. And that is our brain and yung ating overall health. Yan. So thank you so much. Again, this is Gian, your nutritionist dietitian. If ever you want to have a certain consult, no, one-on-one, or want to be educated with certain topics or be coached with your nutrition journey, you can always reach out to me. I handle certain different types of condition, be it cardiometabolic issues such as diabetes or hypertension, renal, diba, or mga other types of condition, even with weight management, women's health, as such na napag-usapan natin so far, gut and digestive issues, mindful eating, and even nutrition for mental health, right? Nutrition also plays a role for that. Okay, so if you have any other thoughts, like having an employee wellness program or mga nutrition webinar to your company or speaking engagement, you can also reach out with me and personal private nutrition programs gaya ng na-share natin. So for any questions, we may now open the floor for that. No? So yung mga hindi man matatap for tonight, you can feel free to send me an email. It's gian.rico@gmail.com. Ayan, naka-flash sa screen. And for those who have, ayan, medyo busy, di ba, syempre, you can always follow me at my social media handles. It's at Nutrition by Gian Rico, Facebook or Instagram, no? So, i-like nyo na yan or i-follow nyo na yan. I always share mga nutrition tips and tricks and to different types of concerns. We cover that, no? So, follow that, no, to be updated, no, and to learn, no, continuous learning talaga. It's at Nutrition by Gian Rico. Or email me at gian.rico@gmail.com. Always remember, double E. Okay? Sige. Thank you so much. No? So I will give it back to facilitate the question and answer portion. Ayan.